Cut the music. Cut the music. Hello, Will. This is Will, your host, and I am here with you tonight on the 24th of December. And for all those that didn't have anything better to do than to come in and say hi, thank you. Thank you so much for coming in, and we're going to get into tonight's introduction. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Welcome to another edition of SHIB 50/50 raffle. SHIB 50/50 raffle. All right, now what happened to me here? Hold on a second. Doo-doo. Hey, Prince, welcome to the show. Thanks for coming. Okay, it is 5:45. This would be the time we host the raffle draw. And we're watching SHIB climb the proverbial charts, which is awesome. We'll see if I can. We shall see what I can see. Okay, there we go. We're live. And now everybody can hear me. That's awesome. Big shout out to Prince. Big shout out to Wenna. Big shout out to Rowena Burgess. Big shout out to Babe's channel. Big shout out to everybody. Big shout out to Jason if he comes in. If he doesn't, well, that's okay. We're getting ready to get to 40224 on SHIB. So that's awesome. I'll share that information with you. Okay, so last 24 hours, we're looking at the charts for previous years. And this is the day that usually we get a pop. And this starts the start of the alt season, what they call alt season. So this is where we have a massive run. And it lasts right up until we have a bit of downturns that happen, but they're very very minor. And we get a massive run in October. And then that's our last straw, right? So we get a big run up in October that goes all the way to December. And then we have usually a sell-off, or unless we have a super cycle. But SHIB should never sell off, but it's just the way it is. Because it's part of the cryptocurrency fluctuation or influence, right? It's still part of that cryptocurrency adoption. So this is the massive run. So this is where we start to take off from. So we could see us getting to 3 zeros. Possibly 2 zeros. That would be awesome. Depending on how many burns we can do and whether or not we can get the raffle running. Because if we can get the raffle running, this will happen a lot faster, and we won't have to worry about anything other than SHIB, because SHIB will have the raffle behind it for all the utility that you'll ever see, ever want, ever play a part of. And that's the truth of it. We'll be driving in demand. Will be the only currency on the market that actually shows a reduction in SHIB circulating supply on a daily basis, which will be amazing. That part of it we're looking forward to. Me and Prince are looking forward to helping everybody on the planet becoming aware of just how important reducing the SHIB circulating supply is. No, it's about bringing the community together as a family and growing as a community. That's our dream, is for everybody to understand. It's just that the raffle makes things happen a lot faster. And very quickly, you'd be turned into millionaires. At this level, from this level on, you'd be multi-millionaires coming up in the upcoming months, weeks, years. No, months, yes. So me and Prince already sit down and did the math on it, and It would take literally almost 3 years if we only did approximately 30,000 in sales, in ticket sales. Okay, so if we did 30,000 or 30,000 pounds in sales daily, we would definitely hit our target within 2.5 years to 3 years. Okay, if we do, which I'm pretty sure this is what's going to happen, people start realizing that this is we're reducing the SHIB circulating supply. Everybody's going to want to pile in. Jason, Merry Christmas, everyone. Yes, Merry Christmas to everybody. Wishing you all the very best. We'll get this kickstarted. So with SHIB as adoption partners, we have Taylor Swift accepting Shiba Inu currency as for payment of her tickets. I don't know who would want to buy her tickets using SHIB, but I'm sure that some yo-yo out there would look at it and go, well, that might seem like a good idea. But nobody wants to go down in history as the Bitcoin pizza guy. Right? Can you imagine how much SHIB you'd have to sell to buy one ticket to go to her concert? That's a lot of SHIB. $2,000 worth of SHIB. Can you imagine? Wow, that'd be insane. That's what you'd have to sell to go to her tickets. But it is offered from BitBuy. So BitBuy does have it. The other thing from BitBuy that everybody misses out on is the fact that it reduces SHIB circulating supply every time you use one of the ATM machines or the BTC machines. Or in Prince, I don't know if you know about it, but at the casinos, we have a Ripple machine, which now accepts cryptocurrencies. Guess which currencies is in that list? SHIB is in that list. Every time they use it, there's a reduction in SHIB circulating supply. So just keep that in mind. Although I can't see anybody using it right now because SHIB is so cheap. And another reason why once it starts catching on. No, see, they're all over the city. Okay, so these Ripple machines Ripple machines are all over the city, and they do accept Bitcoin and SHIB. Okay, there's other coins that they accept too. There's like 40 or 50 different coins that they accept as payment, but they're expensive. So like you go to an ATM machine, it costs you $4. You go into a BTC machine, it costs you $50. So I'm not sure exactly who's going to be wanting to pull their cryptocurrency out of those machines. That being said, that's where the adoption part of it's gone. BTC machines are also all over the US. There's 50,000 of them, and all of them accept SHIB as payment or taking. You're able to transfer your SHIB into actual fiat currency from those machines. But like I said, because a SHIB is so cheap, they get you with the fees. Remember that those BTC machines, they all have to come off of what? They all have to come off the exchanges, right? So keep that in mind. And those exchanges charge you massive fees because it's on the Ethereum blockchain. Now, if it was in Robinhood and you're pulling it from fiat, it's still the same process. It would have to come, and then there's two fees that you're paying. You're paying the processing fee, and then you're paying the BTC machine itself, right, to host that. To be able, but it's a nice option. Later on down the road, it might be a viable option. But I just can't see one of us pulling out that kind of SHIB, knowing that you're losing $50. Like that's $1 million, 2 million SHIB at this point that you're losing out on, right? So I honestly, just in fees. So I just can't see us ever doing that at this point in our lifespan, right? With everything's going on. So anyway, that's the adoption part of SHIB. What has happened in the last 24 hours is not much, except for that the U.S. The Dow Jones came back and put 364 basis points back on the marketplace. So even they've rebounded. They've taken whatever Jerome Powell has mentioned in the last Fed meeting and kind of whitewashed it because and I said this before, the Democrats don't like cryptocurrency. So anything to douse some water on cryptocurrency to cool things off, they have no problem doing that. So The Federal Reserve came out and said that they were only going to do 2 rate cuts next year. They don't know anything because next month is layoff month, right? So this is where all those seasonal workers get laid off. So if they lay off a massive number of people, that's going to reflect in the price action going forward. So that's going to have a dramatic effect on how many rate cuts that they're going to do into the new year. And I'm guessing they're going to have to do, yes, thanks, Babes Channel. Merry Christmas to everybody, right? Merry Christmas. So make sure you pass the love around and grow our community as we watch everything else unfold around us. And we're about to see some massive gains in SHIB. Not saying that trying to light a candle under SHIB or anything. It's just that the amount of gains that we're going to see is going to be exponential. The wallet holders, the exchanges are finally catching on that they have to step up their game if they want to be part of solidifying their accounts. Every single coin out there has to solidify their accounts. Once they get that information, that knowledge base, they're good to go. Now, yesterday I looked at, shoot me now. Okay, yesterday I looked at Google AI because they were mentioning something about Google AI. Of course, me being who I am, asked Google AI about SHIB, right? Not directly, asking about SHIB, asking if they knew if there's a currency reducing its circulating supply. The first thing that they mentioned about reducing circulating supply is BTC. I asked about SHIB, and they said the ecosystem development team. As soon as they said that, I'm like, oh my God, just shoot somebody. Because obviously I'm now going to train or teach this AI bot or this AI about SHIB and what the benefits are. And it kept going into a different parameter than I'm used to because it was very stubborn. It's like I'm talking to a person, not a machine. And it wasn't catching on to anything I was saying. So it was a little frustrating. I can give you a breakdown of what it was. I was asking it every other question I was asking, are you learning anything yet? And of course, it says there's no fundamental reason why SHIB is, because it kept referring back to the ecosystem development team. And I'm like, it has nothing to do with the SHIB ecosystem development team. And then it would come in there and say, you're right. And then the next statement that I would make, it says, no, it's got the SHIB development ecosystem team that's got to burn the SHIB supply. It was very frustrating, just to say the least. It was amazing to talk to a Google AI bot, but it was very interesting, to say the least. Because it was giving me the runaround. I asked about goodwill write-offs and what did Vladimir Putin did. And it came back and said Vladimir Putin did it as a donation, but it's not a tax write-off. How would you work that one into yourself too? What? How is that not a tax write-off? And then it couldn't answer me. So then it came back and said that no, Vladimir Putin only gave out it went into as a donation. But I said that Vladimir Putin owed so much money to the government. No, it's a donation. It's not goodwill. Holy cow! So the goodwill apparently on Google AI is about property. Okay, if you buy a property and it loses its value, notice that Trump does this too, right? If it loses its value, you can write the portion that you bought it for as goodwill. Now, property can be looked at as a couple ways, right? When you own a stock, that is property because you actually own a piece of that company. So if you bought and sold it, couldn't you write that off? Not as an individual, but as a corporation, yes. I'm like, so we went around circles with this one too, because you know how that would work, right? It's money, it's capital, and it's a loss. So if it's a loss, you reduce SHIB circulating supply with it, you can write it off as goodwill. No, it would have nothing to do with that. It came back and said, no, it's strictly property. You got, like, okay, it's not real estate. Okay, Okay, so if it's not real estate, it doesn't fit into those categories. Okay, but it is loss. And it would refuse, like it just absolutely refused to accept the fact that you're writing off a loss, a capital loss. It was like I said, it was like a person. I'm fighting with a person trying to understand why their focal point was strictly on just real estate investments. Like it was that bizarre. And that's why I said it was very stubborn. It wouldn't learn the concepts. And then I was like, okay, so what are the benefits of a currency reducing its circulating supply? And then it came back and said, well, the ecosystem development team needs to reduce the SHIB circulating supply in order for it to have any validity. Are you kidding me? I just went over this this whole concept with you, and yeah, that was the gist of that conversation with it. It was amazing. I was like, I was never more frustrated because when I was talking to different AI bots, and they would realize that they did make a mistake, and they wouldn't own up. They would own up to it, the mistake on the AI platform. This AI bot would not own up to any mistakes that it was making. It was just that ridiculous. Um, so if you're ever asking Google AI, what are the benefits of a circulating supply of a currency reducing its circulating supply? Be prepared, and then you'll have to go into a whole bunch of notoriety and information on tax laws. Now, each country, even it said, even its own countries incentivize what we need to do to be achieve success. And what I need to do to achieve success is become very friendly with influencers so that we can drive in more and more people into the SHIB raffle draws just so to get more eyes on the website. So that's a positive thing. But all of them say the same thing. Like when it comes to that part of it, they all say the same thing. It's amazing when you put yourself forward into something and then ask something of somebody, how fast they change and how much protection they have over. Like this AI went into defense mode like instantly. It was like, oh, no, you can't ask that. No, that doesn't make any sense. Here's the rules. And then that's it. There's a set of guidelines, and that's the only thing it sticks to. So I'm like, okay. But if you know anything about Goodwill, you can write off a whole bunch of stuff under Goodwill. It's exact same platform. You can write it off against your losses and a corporate standpoint. Okay, so it's not that it's wrong. It's just that the wording on it is subjected to misinterpretation, and that's what I think happened with the bot, because not every single time that companies write off, they are acquisitioning other companies. Um, it's just that, okay, if I buy stocks personally and I take a loss, that's capital loss. If I'm an organization and I buy into a company and it loses money, I can write that off as goodwill. That portion of it, absolutely, because that is what my loss is for the year. It's different for us as individuals as compared to companies. That's why organizations, it's in their best interest to reduce the circulating supply of shit because they get paid to do it. Makes sense. Even if they have to use it as a donation. But the only problem is with using it as a donation is they have to burn a lot of shit because it's based on how much money you bring in. Okay, so you'd have to burn a lot of it. So with goodwill, it would give them that influx to only a parameter of how much is being reduced, right? So it's based on your profit to earnings ratio, and it would be based on how many transactions and the fees associated with that you could actually write off, so that you don't have to write off very much. But if you do a donation, that's a massive write off because it's like 20 to 30% to maximize your donation. So if your 30% profit is going to the reduction of SHIB circulating supply, it makes better sense for us to have that done. I'm all for it. But on a corporation standpoint, that's a lot of money that's being thrown into the liquidity pool. So most donations, like go towards food hampers, go towards um, mustard seeds, places that feed the hungry, food banks, all those things, like everything that's normally what donations funnel is, helping the community around you, not putting your money back into something that's reducing its circulating supply just so that you can benefit from it. Now, that being said, every single corporation doing it would be massive, and it would catch on like wildfire. No, because if it's a donation that's going into reducing SHIB circulating supply, that's going to be a big drawback. People won't do it. The corporations won't do it. They'll have to do a portion of that availability. It's just like the fees. They lower the fees so they can compete with other exchanges. So in order to compete with those exchanges, what they would do is they would reduce SHIB circulating supply. No, cut the cost. And then a little piece of that pie we get on a reduction of SHIB circulating supply. Now, if every single exchange does that, and they all have different intervals that they do it in, then we would eventually see a reduction in SHIB circulating supply every week or every other week, right? Depending on how many of them take advantage of it. Right now, the only ones that are taking advantage of it are Binance and crypto.com. They're the only ones that are taking advantage of it. BlackRock and Robinhood aren't doing that just yet. And I'm thinking because they're basically, if you watched, they're buying up enormous amounts of SHIB, trying to gain that market share. So once they have that market share all figured out, there's no supply left, right? Because they're sitting at what, 150, almost 150 trillion between all their accounts. So, I mean, if they get to 200 trillion, that means they have, basically they'll be the only ones that have that much market share over the rest of us in the SHIB space. Okay, so Merry Christmas, and we're going to get on with it. So we didn't do any sales, guys. So we didn't do any sales, and I had to do a bunch of running around today for food. So there's no raffle draws tonight because we didn't sell 21,000 tickets. The whole thing is that we have to sell 21,000 tickets to host a raffle. So in order for us to host a raffle, we have to sell 21,000 tickets. We're just going to check out the store, which I'm pretty sure hasn't changed. Now, I am going to talk to, on the 26th, I'm going to call PayPal. I'm pretty sure, though, I'm not going to be able to do much talking to PayPal. They have a system where they accept cryptocurrency. Now, and they're saying that they can provide fiat currency to cryptocurrency exchanges on their platform. Now, if they can do that without causing any ripples for people buying SHIB and then using the SHIB to buy their raffle tickets, then it would be a step in the right direction. But because it's fiat currency, it might be an interference. Okay, so it'll be a conflict of interest between each of the countries. If it turns out that way, there's no way I'll be able to host that or put up with PayPal. And the fees alone will be, between $5 and $10. So again, if you're only buying one ticket, $5 to buy one ticket, the one ticket is 87 cents Canadian or 62 cents American. It just doesn't make much sense, right? So a lot of people don't understand that, and because we're SHIB, that's how come we can do the worldwide raffle. Everything stays in SHIB. All we're doing is transferring. All we're doing is transferring, guys. That's all we do. We get a little bit of a commission for the transfer. So the money comes in, SHIB comes in, SHIB comes out. SHIB comes in, SHIB comes out. SHIB comes in, SHIB comes out. It's that simple. So we're taking SHIB in, and then we're dividing it by 2, and then we get a commission after 21,000 tickets are sold. We don't get any commission until we sell 21,000 tickets. we have to sell 21,000 tickets in order to get the commission. So that's why we don't host the raffle until we sell 21,000 tickets. Make sense? So that's the whole purpose of that. Now, the raffle is supposed to kickstart SHIB in a massive way, because if we start selling tickets, that means that every single person is going to start realizing that we are reducing SHIB circulating supply, and we're doing it daily, and the FOMO starts to kick in. Okay, they're reducing SHIB circulating supply every day, and they're doing at least 5,000 pounds worth of SHIB being thrown into the furnace, the SHIB burn wallet addresses. That's exactly the whole point, right? Where that would be a massive intern for the raffle to explode, right? Not the raffle, but SHIBs. The amount of people coming into SHIB and the amount of SHIB leaving into the reduction. So everybody will take part in it. And then no one was going to get left out. Yeah, well, there are going to be a lot of people get left out, because all of a sudden SHIB's going to start gaining in value. And at that point, it shouldn't lose any value. It should always gain, right? But what happens is we get overdone, and then we do the opposite. We get oversold. And the same thing happens when someone gets a lot of money in SHIB, and they, oh my God, I'm a multimillionaire. Sell it. And then realize that they sold it, and now it's only worth 750,000 pounds. So they lost quarter of their money because they sold everything that they had at market. And that's the other side of the coin. Okay. But everybody else has another opportunity to buy, and then buy, of course, their raffle tickets with the money that was just pushed onto the marketplace. And then we have another inflow. And then the other people do the exact same thing. They sell all of it at once. And then later on, they're going, how come the price has doubled? How come the price has tripled? Holy crap, now it's gone. Now it's going through the roof. And then try and get back in, right? It's like, well, I'm sorry, but you sold all of it at once. What do you think was going to happen when you have that big of a supply being pumped on the market? For instance, if you won 2 million SHIB or 2 million tickets worth of SHIB, right? So it's 1 million pounds. Okay, well, that's 1 million pounds worth of SHIB. You sell it at market, it's not going to be 1 million pounds. It's going to be less than 1 million pounds, because you have to remember that everybody has to buy it from you, and they know you just won it. So they're going to be waiting for you to sell it. They're not buying it until you sell it or start to sell it, and they're trying to buy it at the bottom. So that happens all the time, right? So you'll see these influxes all the time. That's what I was talking about before, was influxes. Because of all these people, if we sold billions of SHIB tickets, we would have multiple winners. And then those winners would be like, there would be no supply. The price would go through the roof, because all these people would be sitting there, can't move their money, can't move their SHIB. So there's no supply left. So everybody's forced to pay higher prices for it. Supply and demand kind of issues, right? So just so that you know. Anyway, I'm Will, your host, and we're going to talk about, well, right now we can see SHIB on the screen. It's 4023629. We'll do the count. Let's do the count. Okay, so we're going to do the count because BTC went up in value, right? Hold on, dear white hats. Yeah, we're going to start the count. You ready, guys? Let's start this count. Let's do it the right way. BTC, Bitcoin, 98,274.83 cents. Ethereum, ETH, 3,479.83. Whoa, just jumped up. XRP, $2.31. BNB, $699.50. 50 cents. Solana, 198.44. Dogecoin, 33, almost 34 cents. Cardano, 93.46. Tron, 25.59, almost 26 cents. Avalanche, $41.18. Chainlink, $25.07. Toncoin, TON, $5.89. SHIB, $23.65, according to this stats at number 14. SUI, $4.62. HBAR, $32.04, 32 cents. Stellar XLM, 39 cents, almost 40 cents. Number 18, DOT. Anyone interested in DOT right now? I think they're 11.5% yield on their staking. So if you're interested, that's pretty darn good. $5.52. Bitcoin Cash, BCH, $467.75. All these amounts are in USDs, just so that you're aware of it. Okay. Leo gets $9.49. Uniswap, number 21, $14.43. Hype. Everybody wants hype. Pump it up, pump it up, pump it up. I want to pump it up. $30.22. LTC 10804. Woo! Pepe number 24 has fallen quite recently. 401923. BitGet token BGB $5.02. Number 26 near bar $5.55. USDE. We don't cover those because they're stable coins. Stable coins are good when you want to swap coins with your cryptocurrency. That's if it's selling off and you don't want to be part of it anymore, you want to pull it out and put it in there. Let's say SHIB goes 3 zeros and then all of a sudden starts retracting. You want to pull it out, take some profit, put it into a stable coin so it can be held there until the next run. You can also stake the coins in a stable coin and get even more interest on your money, just so that you're aware. AAVE number 28, $368.42. Optos or APT, $9.82. That's 29. Number 30, Internet Computing, ICP, $11.33. Polygon, 52 cents. Chronos or Crow, $16.29, 16 cents, guys, for Crow. And then VET, VET, $27.79, and Mantle, MNT, $1.24. Okay, I don't know what Gary Gensler. We're going to look at Gary. Look for Gary. Gary Networks, 1 cent, 1.3 cents. Okay. Gary Networks, for disclosure, if he ever comes in. Right. Anyway, that's your count for the night. We'll get into the burns because we'll talk about the burns. We love talking about stuff that adds to the value of SHIB every single time we do a burn. So this is the reason why we started the raffle, was to offset any kind of influence whatsoever so that everybody would have the opportunity to become multimillionaires. That is why we started the raffle in the first place, is because we want to drive in that awareness to SHIB so that everybody would have an understanding of why we do this and why we would want this to happen for everybody. So 20 hours ago, we burned 217,899. That's money given to the community, right? All that money that comes in that's reduced in circulating supply is money given to you. Okay, so just so that you're aware, 10 hours ago, we did 1,040,000 burns. That's also given back to the community. Okay, 100,000, 500,000, 415,000, 129,000. And just 8 hours ago was 4,326,000 SHIB sent to the dead-end wallets. Thank you so much. That's a massive reduction in SHIB circulating supply. We really appreciate that. That's given to the whole community in the form of a burn. So that's awesome. 200,000 was given 5 hours ago, and 39 minutes ago, 6,387 SHIBs were sent to the dead-end wallets. So big round of applause. Merry Christmas to everybody. That's a Christmas present that is given to you from the SHIB community, from those wall holders. So that massive shout out to them for helping reduce the SHIB circling supply, which is a big thing. Okay. The other thing we like to talk about on the channel is Ethereum, Etherscan, right? How many wallet holders we have now compared to what we had before. We are back into the 1.478 million. Okay. Oh, we lost 100 wallet holders just there. So with the reduction in SHIB circling supply, we would gain in value. Okay, so when we lose wallet holders, we lose value, right? So that, but how are we losing value when we're reducing the SHIB circling supply? Again, uneducated people need to get educated. That's the whole bottom line. They need to get educated, because once they realize that once the burns go through, we're increasing the value of SHIB every time we do a reduction. So no matter how small or how big that deduction is, that's money that's given to you in the community. So you have to keep that in mind. Okay, so that's why that educational part of it's so important. 1,478,410 wallet holders currently holding SHIB. Now, how are they able to calculate that? Everything is based on wallet holders, and Ethereum runs the show with SHIB. So just like Solana runs Bonk, because it's all part of their platform. Now, Solana, if they were smart, take it with a grain of salt, right? They haven't figured it out yet, but if they were smart, they would be buying 20 to 30 trillion SHIB, because you don't want to miss that market capitalization. You don't want to miss those inflows. That's the thing. You know darn well you're going to be able to sell the SHIB on your platform. So why wouldn't you want to buy it and hold it and then sell it and buy it on your platform, so that you don't have to run back and forth, and then they can lower those fees off because you bought in bulk, right? And then you won't start burning it until you start making money. Absolutely. But it won't take very, very long if you understand how much money is being traded on a daily basis that's being utilizing SHIB currency. So, if the inflows are between 1 million to 2 million in SHIB supply being going in back and forth on your exchange, it's not going to take very long before you're in the green, even at half the price or a quarter of the price of what you were charging before. It just makes perfect sense. That's all. Right now, SHIB's price is at 4023667 on the BTC platform. And I'm sharing that with you, sharing that with the whole group of you. I'm hoping that you enjoyed tonight's show. Again, I'm so sorry that we can't host a 50-50 raffle reduction, and I'm hoping that we can simulate one in the near future. I was hoping to do it a couple days ago, but we'll check it out later on. I'm Will, your host, and I want to wish you all a Merry Christmas. Have a great and wonderful evening, guys. Appreciate everybody who comes in and says hi and takes part, and hopefully we can grow our community together. Hopefully we can grow the community together, and then please watch the results. Make sure you punch that like button, subscribe if you haven't, like the channel, tell your friends, tell everybody about the channel, so that we can grow as a community, as a formidable community in SHIB. I'm doing what I can to get the influencers to come on and say a few words, but we'll see how things play out in the near future. I'm Will, your host, and have a great and wonderful evening, and God bless you. We're not hosting a raffle tomorrow. It is the 25th. It is a Merry Christmas, and we'll talk to you on the 26th. We'll bring it back. We'll come right back in here after I'm done work. And get things started, get it kicked off the right way. Anyway, I'm Will, your host, and let's see if we can get SHIB to 39, 44, 45. We want to hit all-time highs in the new year. That's our goal, is to break that barrier of the all-time high, so that we're set and primed for the next leg up. hopefully double, triple from there. It would be nice to get a 10x from there. So we'll go to 3 zeros, go to 2 zeros. But we shall see. They're predicting a $50 billion market cap for SHIB. I hope it's a lot more than that. I hope we can get everybody behind us and get about 50 to 60 new wallet holders. That would be amazing, and that would put us into that 1 cent area as circulation flows in and out really, really fast. I just hope that the servers can keep up. Anyway, I'm Will, your host. Thank you, and we're going to rock it out. Boom, boom, boom. Play that funky music, white boy. Hallelujah. God bless each and every one of you. Have a great and wonderful evening, guys. Merry Christmas to you. I hope you get what you want. Make sure you say a couple wishes, a couple prayers. Have fun. Jason, get better. Get well. We're praying for you, my friend. As always, love to see everyone come in, have fun, take part, be part of an organization that helps you become a multimillionaire. That's all we ask, right? Not too much to ask. No. Everybody's behind you. Why not? Exactly. That's the whole point of it. Thank you, and God bless each and every one of you. Have a great and wonderful evening. Cheers, everyone.